Yo. What up, what up, what up, what up? Walt E, what up? Who else in here, man? Been shooting. Black Point Dexter. Jason Ewing, what up, man? Coy, what's good? Jay Smith, Mr. Mamba Tactical himself. It's a good word. What's good with everybody? I'll get on up in here on this Thursday evening. Y'all can hear me cool. I ain't got no echo or nothing, do it. For some reason, I've been having mic issues. Don't know why. Been shooting, you the man, brother. Real deal, 10 mil. What's happening, man? True butter flavor. Gun and a hookah. My big homie. The gun guru. Cuzzo, what up? GFM, that's my cousin, y'all. If I never told y'all, it's a true story. What's the good word, man? Ramsey J. What up? What's good? That boy AD. What's going on, man? Allowed Arms 2A, what's up? Let's get up in here, man. Y'all please hit the like button on the way in. Make life easier on all of us. You know. B got choppers. What up, young fella? Big fish, little boat. What's happening, man? 2-8 in LA. That sounds dope. Deuce Dollar 2, my main man. Slick back. What up, brother? Tracks with the Smirax. What's good? 6.5p. What's happening? Mark Thompson, what it do, man? Zach, my main man. What up? What's going on with y'all, man? Tap in. Hey, man, look, the topic is dope tonight. Wouldn't be the first time we talked about it, but it'll be the first time I've, made an effort to make it the subject. It usually just kind of comes up. Ace from BK, what up? 2A sister, what's happening, sister? How are you? Shout out to you. Thank you for wearing my shirts and your videos. I was so far behind time. You have to excuse me. It's not that I'm that busy. That's just my failure. But I did get a chance to check you out, and I appreciate you. Maurice Evans, what up? R. Scott, what it do? Ike Hayes. That's like Isaac Hayes. Doesn't matter, y'all. Somebody ain't going to know who that is. Doesn't even matter. Zeus, what's happening, man? One in the Chenamba. What's going on, man? Hey, hold on, bro. Big fish, little boat is in here. D Brazil, what up? Super Dave, my man. What's the good word, man? We get to wind down. Last night was Wild Wild Wednesdays. We can wind back down a little bit, man. I'm blocking them crazy guys. I'm not even letting them come in here. They crazy. Just crazy as hell. QB, what up, nephew? What's happening, man? Nate Dillard. How's everything, man? Y'all know we winding down to the end of the week. Yo. So check it out while we wait to get to at least a hot 50 piece. Y'all know tomorrow, Donation Friday. One time out the month, I'm going to do a firearm. So tomorrow, we're going to give away a whole damn firearm. All right. And it's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all what it's going to be. I'm not going to repeat it again until tomorrow, but the people that's in here are going to get to hear it unless they replay it live. Then those people will hear it too. But what we're going to give away is a bullpup shotgun. All right. Y'all seen it. I've had it for some time. It's in great condition. It's a great shotgun. Y'all, whoever gets it will love it. So it'll be dope, man. So y'all be prepared for that. Black Rookie 205. What's going on with you, man? What's going on? I hope I ain't missing nobody. Delray Dan. Damn. What the hell? Del Ray, what the hell? Hey, Del Ray. I'll try to make something rhyme. That was kind of corny, but it is what it is. You in here with me? Hang out with me. What's the word, man? Yeah, so my boy Tap In say one of his favorite topics tonight, y'all. We're gonna talk about like some of the like prepping and cool stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I want to talk about it from the most practical side. So I don't even want to get into the extreme prepping, locked in defense. What up, man? But I tell you one thing though, we're gonna talk about it because it woke me up. The first time I'd be like, man, prep, what the hell they talking about? I don't even know what that is. But then when I hear the conversations, or if you ever go to Survival Saturday with my man Ben Shooting, aka MHP, you go check him out. I'm telling you, it'll change how you think about stuff. I swear it will. I swear it will, man. Skillionaire, what up? What's going on, man? Skillionaire, come here commenting like a moderator. That's all right. I ain't got nothing against you, brother. You my boy. That's my homie. Please invest in a plate carrier. Okay, man. I'm gonna go ahead and invest in a plate carrier. We're gonna talk, man. See that? B said a hurricane made him realize he need to prep. Ain't that something? Anthony Anderson. That's the Anthony Anderson too, y'all. The Anthony Anderson. I think that's him. The famous guy, the big one. Raised back on rain catcher. Oh man, we gonna talk, man. Deuce. What up? Only Jim. Marshall Wiley, my main man. What's happening, man? I'm in prepping for over 10 years. That's what's up. Because, I imagine some people probably think like I think, right? Like when you hear about that prepping, it either sound like something, you'd be like, man, go ahead on with that. Or that stuff ain't really practical. Or, it's like these people are weird because they got ground beef in a peanut butter and jelly jar. So you think something is wrong with the people. But I'm telling you, man, it's more to it. There's more to it. AK Lover, my main man, what's happening, brother? Carbon Q. Where's Carbon Q? I just saw somebody speak to Carbon Q. Hey, Carbon Q, what the hell? How I'm not going to speak to Carbon Q? Hi, Carbon Q. How are you today? House of Siege, my fly family, Gatman Zach. What's happening? We have reached that 50 mark. That is always the magic number. So as I reach that 50 mark, Big Beard Business, where the hell you been, man? Big Beard Business, he came here one time, well, more than one time, but it's my boy, man, and he was cool, and then he ain't never talked to me no more. Where the hell you been, man? What's the word? So what I'm going to do for because I'm going to bring in some of these guys in here. So for those of you who don't know, Ben Shooting, Carbon Q, even Zach, handful of others in here are, they prep very well. They already into this thing. And I'm sure more of you are as well. And I'm sure some of y'all like me, green as the grass. Ain't prepping, don't know what it is or how it work or where to start. So you know what I mean? We gonna learn together, man. I hope this interests a lot of you guys because boy, it got me. And I'm one of the people like, man, I'm ready. I'm gonna go upstairs and watch, Raising Canaan. But then that prepping stuff will wake you up. So I gotta get some of my people in here. I'm gonna post a link there. Don't y'all start randomly clicking on the link so we can start roasting each other and stuff like that. I just need my prepping people, and they know who they are, to start popping in here on me. Hookah, do you prep? Miss K, what's up, Doug? What's going on with you? I've got my notebook and pen. That's right, Miss Siege. She's one of my favorites. I Tell y'all that right now.
Yo,
Hookah man.
What's happening?
What up, bro?
Not much, man. Not much. Chilling.
Y'all welcome my co-host, Gunning the Hookah. He hired himself. First man I ever seen do that in my life, but it worked out for him.
Yeah,
man. What's happening, man? What's going on? Mr. Prepper himself.
Hey, MHT,
what's going on, man?
Yes, sir.
The ultimate,
y'all.
The ultimate prepared man. What's up, brother? How's it going, man?
All good, all good.
Much respect to you. I like that shirt. That's dope.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I appreciate you checking in with me tonight.
Oh yeah.
I've been wanting to do this, but it was kind of last minute today. I just said, you know what? Let's just prep tonight. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So, and I appreciate you being available on short notice, my brother.
All good.
Live is going to get a little crowded tonight. I'm going to tell you all that right now. But what we're going to do is because I'm going to do a lot of listening. Because, I'll ask some questions and I'm going to do a lot of listening so that we all can learn tonight. Siege says she got a notebook. She ready to go.
Okay.
And I'll get into this as we
go. Mark, what's happening?
What's going on, man?
Yo, Mr.
Hey.
My man.
Look at that. Cass is
that
up.
guy with guns. What up?
What up?
So let me I guess let me touch on this again. So this is what I kind of want to accomplish. I think that everybody, and when I say everybody, I mean everybody, every adult in the building needs to do some form of prepping, because that's the term that we use. But I think people really need to be prepared if and when something unexpected happens. So I think the reason, and I'm only speaking from my own thoughts, when people talk about prepping, and then people start talking about shit hit the fan situations, right? So it's always the worst case scenario. Zombies coming out,
right? The
whole world flooding, and you got to go survive in the woods. You got to swim 77 miles. You got to kill bears to eat and stuff like that. That's when it starts sounding weird, right? But I'm talking about stuff like B-Got choppers and Black Rambo and the people down in Louisiana just had to go through a few weeks ago. Still dealing with. Right. Where you might run into a situation where there's no running water, or you can't get gas at the gas station. So, and I promise you, these are things most people never think about. You never think about it till it happens. Y'all feel what I'm saying? It's like when the pandemic started and people was going crazy over the boo-boo tissue. That had everybody in a frenzy. People in the stores, ain't no toilet paper. A few weeks later, toilet paper was just fine. Or a few days later, should I say. But people was panicking, man. So what do you do? Like, you guys, I mean, MHP, I want to start with you, brother. Because you've talked to me about this ever since your name said MHP before it was Ben Shooting. And you would come in here and you would always make statements about being prepared. Or you always pick up that bag and show me, I carry this and I have these things, and I might keep this in the house. What would you tell somebody that don't know nothing about type of prepping or anything? What would you say? What would you tell them first?
First of all, I tell them you want to get yourself in a situation that to practice and train your mindset. I say take your phone, take your wallet, put it in the glove compartment, and walk into Walmart for 30 minutes. Time yourself, 30 to 45 minutes. And what would you do? Walk up anywhere, just walk, just practice I don't have nothing. Or you can have, your wife, girlfriend, whoever, drop you off for 30 minutes. With no wallet, no phone. And what would you do? You preparing yourself. You got to prepare yourself in the environment scenario.
So now again, we talking, if I'm talking about something unexpected happens. Yeah. You may not have access to a cell phone, your wallet. You ain't got access to no money, the banks. See, and I still feel like I'm going a little bit extreme, because I feel like there's situations that happen to us sometimes. It can be it can be you live in a state where it snows, like where I'm at,
Yeah.
and we have a really bad storm, and you can't get out. And I even remember 2 years ago, or maybe 2 years ago, we had a super deep freeze here. It was so bad that you couldn't even stand outside longer than 5 minutes, or you might have been done. Like it was that bad. The doors on your car freeze right away. People's cars weren't started. It was crazy. So then you can't get to the grocery stores, right? It was so bad. Places was closing and everything. But mind you, this only lasted for a couple days.
Yeah.
But I can still remember, thank God I had some oodles and noodles in there. And I'm thinking about those situations, like stuff that for you guys would be simple because you're already prepared for almost the worst. But some people ain't even prepared for the simple stuff.
Well, that's why I say you want to get there, go to Walmart and walk around with none of them items on you and see, do you have the courage to ask somebody, can you use their phone? Or can you give me $1? Put yourself in a position where you don't have nothing. And how would you survive? That way it would get you in that mindset when stuff do happen, you know how to react right on, quick response.
Right. I get that. Hey, Kareem, not yet, man. Give me Kareem. Kareem is backstage. Kareem, Kareem, I need to talk to you offline because I'm gonna give you a segment on my live. But give me about 20 minutes to talk about this, and I will bring you in, brother. I promise.
But that's for people just give themselves a mindset because a lot of people out there don't have that mindset. Whether they don't have weapons, they don't have the bug out gear, they don't have the get home gear bags or anything or EDC. We're talking about people that don't have none of this. That's listening tonight and like saying, okay, all these things are going through their mind. So that's the big thing you want to do. Have your mindset set in a calm, relaxed state. So you're not panicking.
I agree 100%. Most plans start out with get this gear, get that gear, have this, get all this other stuff. But most plans end with this. Well, I always start mine with this. Have mental.
Gershon, Juice, what up? Everybody I ain't speak to, what up? Y'all I'm gonna go off the camera 1 second. Y'all can keep going though.
So mental and physical fitness goes a long way, and that's what he's talking about. You have to be mentally prepared and physically prepared to do what you need to do to survive. So that's a starting point before anything ever happens. And then the other thing you need to do is to start getting knowledge. If you know you don't have anything, you don't know where to start, that's an excellent place to be because you have nowhere to go but up. So you start reaching out to people looking for knowledge and information. There's tons of information on the internet. There's books, there's people you can talk to. So, having that mental and physical mindset, that fitness, and then seeking that knowledge, that's where you start. You don't start with the gear and the stuff because if you have the gear and the stuff and don't have any knowledge, it's useless. If you don't have the mindset physically and mentally to be prepared, that stuff is useless. So you have to start there and then build. That's your foundation, and then you build from there. So that's just my opinion. What do you think?
I agree with that. I agree with the mindset of it because like the first thing you need to do is be able to throw out what's normal. Like first thing people start doing is worrying about, oh, I like this, I like that. You have to get that out of your mind. You shift into survival mode. It ain't about what you like. It's about what you need in order to be able to be here another hour. Forget another day, just so you can make it whatever it is you need to make it to. That's what ends up happening. People usually start worrying about the things that I like. It's about the things that you need, and that mindset. That's the biggest part of it. I agree with you on that. If you can't get over it mentally, then having all the other stuff not going to mean anything.
Yeah.
Yo, Yankees, what up? Whoever I didn't speak to, man, my bad. I had to go check on something. I thought the house was on fire. So look, my Siege said a power outage for 2 days is big trouble.
It is. I can give a quick example. I can give a quick example. In Texas, we lost power here. Well, some people lost it for 2 days. We lost it for 2 days where we are. Some people lost it for weeks. And the effects of that, people are still dying because of that. I have a coworker whose family member, his brother, could not get to the dialysis center because the dialysis center didn't have power. The pipes burst in there. So he couldn't get dialysis for a week and a half, I believe. Because of that, He ended up going into multi-systems failure, had a leg amputated, ended up dying. And those numbers aren't even being counted. The several hundred that they said died, multiply that number, I'd say, by at least, 3 or 4 times, because they aren't even counting those numbers. So 2 or 3 days without power is big trouble, because you don't have water. When the power goes out, what powers the water treatment center? Electricity. What's next to the water treatment plant? The sewage center. So if you lose power, you're going to have crappy water. You're not going to have access to that water. So you don't have water. You're not going to have food for very long, because your food in the refrigerator is going to go bad. And then the stores are going to run out. And we saw that here in San Antonio. The shelves were empty. Nobody had any, you couldn't even get bread. So that's very, very true. 2 days without power put a hurting on a lot of people. So you have to be prepared at least for that. So set goals, try to be prepared for 2 days, then maybe a week. So don't try to go out and do it all at once. Just try to build your kit and build your, things that you need in your knowledge base. So start with, hey, can I survive 2 days? Start there.
That's I like that. My bad. B got choppers. Thanks for checking in, bro. Let me see. I'm looking. Some of these comments are great too. William Tate, what's going on, man? Thanks for checking in. Thanks to everybody. I know I missed a lot of people. Chat going fast. That to me is kind of where I want to dig in, being able to survive for a few days, because I know one time it came up in the live, and it made me realize quick that, man, I'm really not ready. What's some things you can do in the house, or things that you can purchase, be it from Walmart or any common store, that would help you to be able to get by with you and your family for a couple of days at the most?
I'll go real quick. Go ahead.
It depends on the circumstances. If you want to bug in, a thing you want to have, which I'm actually in the process of getting one. You want to have a generator, right? If you lose electricity, that'll be your backup source. You won't be able to have everything on, but at least you'll have on maybe your appliances. Right. And most generators are gas powered. The one thing that you'll probably still have available in a situation like that is natural gas. Right. That won't drop out for maybe a few months. You may have working water for a little bit, depending on your system. If you have a septic system and electricity goes out, you could possibly be in trouble. No, you will be in trouble because your shit ain't going anywhere. But if you have just regular sewage system, you can get by for a few days. 72 hours is usually kind of one of the times that you want to have. That's the time where these I was taught was 72 hours that you want to have, of enough to survive that time. Because usually by then, in normal circumstances like power outages, it's anywhere between several hours and a few days at most. But as far as your house, you just want to make sure you have. That's one of the big things. You want to have water. That's an obvious one.
So just to start out, because I want to be as informative, because I want people to understand it and get it and see when they're not really prepared. So let's just start. Let's say water.
The first thing
we should have
to do is fill your bathtubs. Whenever I hear there's going to be potential power or storms, the first thing I do, and in my house, I fill all my bathtubs with water. And people thought I was crazy, this, that, and the other thing. But if you have water, you can survive without food. You can flush your toilets with that water. You can boil the water if you need to, if you have a heat source. So fill those bathtubs, fill the sinks. So
and they have toilets too. They have the I can't think of I forgot the name of the container that you can actually stick in your tubs.
Yeah, a bladder.
It's called a water bulb.
Yeah, there you go. That's 100 gallons right there.
Even if you don't have that, just a regular bath. I filled both my bathtubs up. It held that water perfectly well for 4 days. Full bathtub full of water, so I could flush my toilet. I could do all that. If I needed water to drink out of there, I have separate water, but I could have boiled that water if need be, whatever. So get that water. That's my
depending on the size of your tub, too. That's 50 to 100 gallons right there.
So filling your tub up with water.
Yep.
And I remember seeing somebody do that. Some of the people Black Rambo did it.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
How about buying water, like bottles of water? Should you have at least at all times a 72-hour supply of water, maybe 3-4 cases of water at all times? Just
because that should be something. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It's 5 gallons per person per day. This is a recommendation.
Exactly.
Yep.
You see how carbon? You see how carbon has behind her when she comes on camera? She has those things in back of her filled with water.
Yeah.
I buy one of those every time I go to the store. I just buy one, put it in my garage. Go up, buy another one, put it in my garage. You don't have to do it all at once, but just do it, piecemeal. Whenever you have a little bit extra cash, but maybe buy two.
Yep.
So you can do it, piece by piece. Make yourself a little list and just go down. So, but water to me, that's the number one.
Yeah, I get cases because you get 40 bottles. It's about 5 gallons.
Yeah,
we live off that.
Just keep those cases of water all the time.
Just buy it routinely, like
exactly.
Right.
Like because you drink water anyway. Just buy a bunch of it. You don't necessarily have to get the giant jugs. Just get a bunch of cases from like Sam's or something like that, and do that and make that a normal thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
cases of water.
Yeah, so something like COVID happens. Well, the funny thing is, when COVID happened, people's priorities were all jacked up because like toilet paper was gone, but you had a whole bunch of water and fruits and vegetables and all kinds of stuff you could survive.
Beans, rice.
You know what I'm saying? Rice, beans. Yeah. I mean, they had tons of that stuff that stuff you would need, but they were getting toilet paper, right? Which I don't know what that had to do with it, but for people like me, I get bulks of that stuff anyway, so I wasn't really hurting on it. So, but you want to kind of switch your routine up, right? As Zach said earlier, you want to get out of the idea of wanting and get more into the idea of needing. And stuff you're going to use constantly and you buy a ton of it anyway.
223 DMR, what up?
Buy a ton of that stuff.
Madness, what up, man?
And train yourself. When this happens, start training yourself because your eat regimen is going to train drastic.
Oh yeah, you're not going to
be here.
You're not going to eat the way you like to eat a nice big meal, or that meal is going to get small.
So again, I'm talking because I guess for me, I wasn't even prepared, man, for a couple days.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not even talking. A week or two where things get really crazy. I'm talking about just a few days.
Yeah, you want to be prepared for that.
Beautiful. What's up, beautiful?
You want to be prepared for that. A lot of people usually don't. They buy just enough to get them by,
right?
Especially families. Yeah. You want to buy the stuff, and you got to get also into the stuff that you wouldn't normally eat, right? Mm-hmm. Because we all are picky and what we like to have and what we enjoy and what we don't enjoy. But when you get hungry, and I'm not talking about you haven't had food all day. I'm talking about you ain't ate in 2 days.
It's meal cramps.
So I've spoken about this too. So now we've established water.
Yep.
And these are, and y'all stay with me here because I'm talking to people that don't prep at all. That's not even thinking about it. And just to be in a position to be able to to be able to survive when the unexpected happens. It can be your car stopping, when you traveling somewhere and it's a bad storm or something, your car stopping, you kind of in the middle of nowhere type of thing, and maybe you stuck for a while, and you got to be able to survive. But I don't want to get off track. So we back in the house. Water. What about somebody said oodles and noodles? What about I know that there's the Ready Wise, the meal packs, but you may not even have to go to meal packs.
No, just non-perishable, man. Get
you a case of beans, a case of corn, mixed vegetables. Things like that. Just buy one every once in a while. You can see they usually last for they say 2 or 3 years, but they last longer than that. Take it, sit over somewhere, cool, dry place. It'll be fine. You have just start stacking. Have you a case here, case there, like that.
Yep.
Peanut butter and crackers goes a long way.
So, okay.
Have, stuff like that. So peanut butter and crackers.
Yep.
That's why I love y'all, man. Y'all always say the right thing when I can't think. So peanut butter.
Peanut butters.
Yeah. So if I'm going to the store, peanut butter can be as cheap as $1 a container. So if I was to go to the store and I bought, I spent just $10 and I'm gonna get me 10 containers of peanut butter and I'm gonna put that in my pantry. And that's not my everyday peanut butter that we use in the house, but that's just for us to store. That's another good item to store. Is that what we're saying?
It lasts a few years because it's full of protein, and it fills you up too.
Yep. And it keeps you constipated, so you don't have to use the bathroom.
And the thing about canned goods too is that usually on the thing, and I learned this from a guy who actually cans foods. A lot of those dates are bogus because they want you to buy more, right? Mm-hmm. Usually,
Right.
canned goods last between 5 and 10 years.
Yeah.
Not the normal 1 year or 2 years that they say on the thing. You can actually last 5 to 10 years, some longer, right?
Yeah.
And you can load up on that stuff, and you get that stuff pretty cheap from Walmart, dollar store.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Walmart is your friend, people. I know a lot of people turn their nose up to it, but I tell you what,
Oh.
not dollar store is your friend, people.
Wait. Who the hell turned their nose up to
Bro,
Walmart?
you come on, a whole lot of people.
We got some bougie people in here that don't go to
I live
Walmart.
in
Man,
Wallet World.
you'd be surprised, bro. Let me tell you something. When Walmart was selling ammo, I'm talking real ammo. I'm just gonna go right straight to the ammo. We'll just off on that. When Walmart was selling ammo, you will be surprised at how many people would not buy ammo from Walmart because it came from Walmart. You know when people really started missing Walmart ammo? When they stopped selling it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
That's true.
Now get back to the foods. A lot of people, and the biggest pandemic that we as a globe, not just here in the country, even in your local area, COVID-19. I've seen people, dollar store was never packed before COVID-19.
Oh, yeah.
Walmart was never that many people before COVID-19. A lot of people going to Target. They was up in Walmart that day.
Target bougie.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of people prefer it because of the name. It's not even because of the product, because the products are essentially the same. Even with the ammo, Winchester was Winchester. I don't care where you go to get it, but because it was sold in Walmart, people had a problem with it. But COVID-19 exposed that all that goes out the window. Like Zach said, that want goes away. It becomes a need. Now that could also be an inconvenience to people who normally go there to get stuff, because people who normally don't go there overdo it. They don't think about the next person. They go up and they just load up on everything. And then somebody who usually goes there and needs something can't get it. And that's another thing we got to figure about in survival mode. I get it. It's not, survival mode is a team sport.
Mm-hmm.
I know people, it's individually, but you got to be in your human mindset that it's a team sport. You cannot and should not do it all yourself. You should be able to look out for your fellow man, because your fellow man may have something that you need. And if you went out and gobbled up all the stuff and took all the resources that person could have used, and then you get stuck somewhere, and people memories get real tight when there's a situation, when circumstances are bad. They remember who does right and who does wrong.
That's right.
You have to also bear that in mind. And that's the mindset that BP was talking about.
Rodney Brady, what up, my brother?
This game is
Darius, what up, man? Dude, I hope I spoke to you already.
Was it a backyard gardener?
Tyler, what's up?
When the stuff hits the fan, Walmart will be closed. Dude, the plague is the shit hits the fan. The joint we just had last year and it's still going on now. Walmart was wide. Walmart was a few places that was still open. Now they weren't open 24 hours, but they were still rocking.
Right.
And trust me, the only things that were missing out of Walmart was hand sanitizer, which you rarely saw anybody buy before then, toilet paper, which God knows, alcohol, peroxide, all them cheap ass vitamins, all that.
That's the flu.
But you know what was still there? Produce, meats, fish, canned goods.
Defense Dad, what up? So wait, hold on, y'all. Let me. I don't want to cut y'all. Hold your thought.
No, you good.
Everybody in the live, take a second for me. Hit the like button.
Hit the like buttons.
We're a little bit over 100. And while we take this second to hit the like button, because that only take 2 seconds. North Florida Tactical, what up?
Chucky Madness, that's real.
I'm gonna bring my boy on, Kareem.
Backyard gardener, I get it. Grow your own 100%.
So I need to see what Kareem got to offer to this. Carbon Q, what's up? Did everybody say what's up to Carbon Q?
Carbon Q.
Carbon Q. We didn't know it with the hat on. We didn't know it with the hat on.
Carbon Q.
Here we go.
I hear that.
What's up, everybody?
Kareem.
What up, Kareem?
Hey, I'm sorry I missed the Locks and Loaded. I was really looking forward to talking to him on your show, but like I said, by the time I got on, y'all, it was at the end, so I didn't want to jump in at like the last 5 minutes.
Hey, hold on before you say anything else. Let me talk to you publicly for a second. I'm going to give you a segment on my live, man, because for some reason you get on all our nerves, but we like it. So when I start going live, I'm going to start giving you 5 minutes of fame. But, man, what do you got to contribute to this prepping conversation tonight?
Well, one thing I think everyone should really consider, and I just speak this because I live in a floodplain as hurricane season is real. And when I'm home in Louisiana, we've been through Katrina and we got, flash flooding that's still going on in New Orleans, Bernard Parish, and other places right now. If you have any women, young girls that's, of age, their health is something you think of too. You don't want to have a situation where you got all this food on stuff, and you don't have a way to hydrate those young ladies. One of the worst health crises you will have is a situation where you have a person that maybe say, this is extreme, but let's say her cycle is one of those that's kind of off, or she comes in and free bleeds. Hygiene stuff, wet naps, plenty of water. And I said it in the chat, I'm gonna say it again, an evacuation plan to get to somewhere that's higher ground. Because we forget about that. We want to get Kevlar, we want to get bullets, we want to get all this dry food, but stuff like medications, if they got high blood pressure or something like that, or they got sickle cell, I say again, hydration for women, because I'm telling you, because I've seen it over and over and over. Matter of fact, we just had a really bad with this tropical storm thing that's going on. I've seen it in 2 states, almost 3, when I talk about my family over in Jacksonville, New Duval, going up towards Savannah. The worst thing you won't ever see in your life that'll break your heart is a 13, 14, or 15-year-old girl that's been locked up, that has not been hydrated, that is either about to start or just had a cycle, and it will break your heart, the sounds of pain and horror that will come from her. So think about that too. And also, like I said, that evac plan.
Okay.
If it's a zombie apocalypse and you stuck at the prison, that's the whole different situation. I'm talking about bad weather, flash flooding, and like you said, like y'all kept talking about with the pandemic, who would have told us toilet paper would have been as valuable as it was when it was situations where for 6 months straight there was none? That's my 2 cents, at least for now.
I appreciate you, brother. So you are hired for a 5-minute segment.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it.
Going forward, man. All right.
Kareem, the minister.
My man Kareem. Appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Now, you make a very valid point. This is why we stay with that stuff that you normally wouldn't do. Instead of buying that 9-pack of toilet paper, buy that 30-pack, that 50-pack, right?
Yeah.
Stuff it somewhere. You got plenty of room, especially if you have a large family. Especially if
you saying, man. I'm the cheap dude that sometimes, you just go buy the 4-pack.
Nah, don't get the 4-pack.
That'll hold me to Thursday. Then I'll be
Well, that hold you. But if you got family,
I know, man. I know. I'm trying to speak for some of my other people that I know that they do the same. They go to the gas station buy the toilet paper.
Kershaw's stupid, man.
It's happening.
These people are full of shit.
We actually touched on some really good things. There's other alternatives, especially for females. If you have to get is there an echo? Is that me? I don't know.
That is definitely you.
100%. I turned everything off.
Baltimore James, what up? Are you on your phone, Q?
No, computer.
That one ply. Oof.
You using the computer mic?
Yeah.
Baby wipes, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but I can hear you though. Go ahead.
Okay. So they have other alternatives. Instead of tampons, there's actually a cup that you can use. It lasts about 3 months. You just have to take care of it instead of having to buy a box of tampons or pads. They also have reusable pads, which is something that you have to take care of. You once you use it, you wash it and you put it back out. Let it dry out. You have to use a special soap for it, but at least you have it and it's reusable versus having just a set amount, and once that's done, you can't find anymore. So There's a lot of other alternatives for females as far as if you're going to bug in or bug out. It all depends. And that's the first thing you should figure out what you're going to do, if you're going to bug in or if you're going to bug out.
Let me stop you. So Carbon Q, guys, if you're like, well, why Carbon Q up there? She might be the ultimate prepper person. Between her, all of these guys are very knowledgeable, but she is like,
she's the prepper.
It's crazy. You guys going to learn as you keep watching her. She's like super prepared. But when you say things like, are you going to bug in or bug out? So now that I've been in this 2A community for a little while and I hear people talking about it, I kind of understand what it means. But I guarantee you, out of the 100 people that's in this chat, they don't know what you're talking about. So when we talk about bug in or bug out, what do you mean?
My plan is to bug in. That means I'm going to stay since I'm going to stay in my house and I'm going to survive whatever it is in my house.
Okay.
If it's a situation where I can no longer stay in my house, then I do have, yes, bug out equipment in a bag that I have separate if I do have to go on foot. If I choose not to go on foot, I choose to stay as long as I can in my house. I know my house, I know how it's secured, I know where everything is. If the lights went out, I can still get around my house without feeling uncomfortable. I still have that sense of safety because it is my house. I have my security procedures in place in my house. So for me, bugging in is just a better option only because I do not have some place to bug out to. If I had a destination to bug out to, then I would absolutely, get my stuff and head to wherever that is. I wouldn't, if you don't have a location to go to, prepare your house to bug in.
Yep.
I
But
agree
always have a
100%.
bug out bag in case something happens and you have to leave. It's chemical, it's whatever, the water supply is no longer available. Whatever happens and you need to leave the house, you can no longer sustain yourself there. Then, you need to have that second option of a bag prepared or your vehicle prepared to bug out and go.
Right.
The
Okay,
biggest
so
thing is to have a
Rodney
map.
Brady, absolutely, brother. Click on the link. You're fine. So listen, guys, I'm posting the link because what I'm noticing is that everybody, because I see some dope comments,
Now,
and I
I'm
may
surprised.
miss some of y'all comments. Hot Tub Tony, what's good, bro? I may miss some of y'all comments. So if I do miss it and you want to say it, just let me know or just click on the link and come in here. But I want you, if you're gonna come in, let's talk about this
Yeah,
prepping thing and what you guys do.
like
Because
you got somebody that's doing like gardening and wheel deals with got some good stuff. A couple of cats in there with some good stuff. Now the question is, and that's some good stuff. Is like we can throw out advice, we can throw out stuff, but definitely come with how, right?
yeah.
Like how
The
to do it.
hows are bugging out.
Yeah.
Having yourself a map and a compass. If you're talking about walking somewhere, you need to
Yep.
know where you're going to go. You need
Yep.
to know the terrain. You don't want to be on a main highway because
Not at all.
all the fools in the world are going to be on that main highway with you. You don't want to
Atlanta
be there.
Trend, what up?
You
Jay
want to
Washington,
have,
what up?
hey, what's up, guys? You want to have alternate routes, and you also want to get a compass and learn how to use it. You could have one like that, or you could have one of the little mini compasses that I have here. So get your tool. This is one of the essential tools you should have of your area. Know where you are, know how to get to where you need to be. If I'm bugging out, I have 2 or 3 places that I locally can go to. I think I gave this site before. It's called Globalforestwatch.com. It's put up from data gathered by the United States Forestry Service, and it has billions of data points of information on flora, fauna, or, lay of the land, maps and areas that you may want to go to, and you can actually map out. Okay, if I have to bug out, where's the closest place I can go to, so I can if I have a place I can go to, you can go ahead and map that out and get that ready. So get some of those tools, get your map and compass. So if you have to bug out, you know where to go and how to get there.
Carolina EDC Reviews, what up? Rodney Brady, what's going on, my brother? How you feeling, man?
I'm chilling, family. How's everybody doing tonight?
What's happening, brother?
Good,
I'm
good.
chilling,
All right.
chilling. Yo, the prepping thing's super important to me because as a seed of some immigrants and my wife being First Nation, those or African American, whatever you want to call her, her peoples is from the South. My peoples is from the island of Haiti.
Mm.
And I remember Hurricane Wilma hit here in South Florida years ago. We got hit with Katrina, no power for 2 weeks before Katrina went up to New Orleans. Then we got hit with Wilma. And first time in my life, I had to remember some of the things like my pops taught me, my mom taught me, grandparents taught me how to make fires, build fires, so my son can bathe, our oldest. You know what I mean? Because I was watching people standing in lines begging the government for help. And that was something that my people's always told me. I decided the family, American or Haitian, don't you ever beg this government for help.
Okay.
And that's something that always stuck with me and will always stick with me. So them 3 weeks of having to build fires so my son can bathe, so he can eat, so we can survive here in South Florida while other people were standing in line waiting, the government taught me a lot. even in the last couple of weeks, my mother, a medical professional who's been here forever, she trusts in the medical system and the government, military family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They trust everything in this government, but they used to clown me like, yo, son, why are you prepping? You don't need to be buying food, water, supplies, tourniquets, because they really do believe in the system. But when they needed to send food back home, people they ain't seen 40 to 50 years, they just knocked on my door. And I was just like, yo, take this bucket, take this, take that, take this. And guess what? Then people is happy. The clothes on their back, the food, the water filtration. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we really gotta get on our game over here, because like even with my wife's family, they're on their game. But once people leave the deep south, they go to the big city, it's like everybody loses that skill.
Yes, sir.
And we got to get back to that skill.
Right.
And that's real talk. And I'm going to fall back. Yo, thank you for the information, everyone. But we really got to get back on this, because we never know when the boo-boo is going to hit the fan, because America's not going to last forever.
Yeah.
It's not infinite.
No.
Real talk. Because I've seen things where one day it's paradise, and next thing you watch a whole government collapse, and your peoples are rushing you back to the United States just to make a living.
Right.
All right?
Facts.
That's
Appreciate
Peace.
you, brother.
Facts.
Stay blessed, everybody.
Still want that. I still want that hated. I got you the address, brother. So
Yo, son,
I
I got it. The bottles is in the boxes. I just gotta get my I gotta use the when I go up to the job up in Boca, I'm gonna have to use the what we'll call it, the discount rates for mailing, because we get
man,
discounts
use your
on mailing.
resources, brother. I ain't mad.
All day, every day. All right.
All right, peace,
God
bro.
bless
All right,
everybody.
brother. We'll
Salute.
talk.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
sir.
Jack, I see you, son. QB
I
all
see
day,
you,
every
son.
day. Peace.
All right.
Get that New York out of here.
Yeah, New York, baby.
Cut that out. Just one thing.
All right, hold on. I
you
got
know,
a couple people waiting in the back. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna try to bring one of them in.
Wait,
My
Carmen Q, you was about to say something? I don't want you to lose your
Go
thought.
ahead, Q.
prepping is unique to each person. So
Exactly.
even though we're telling you something, you have to look at your family, your lifestyle, your health, the
Right.
health of the loved ones that's in your house, even down to your pets. You know, you have to prep according to what your household has in it and what's going on within it. If they're diabetic, if they have high blood pressure, if they need a CPAP machine, prep for those things, as you know, as far as a backup generator for the CPAP machine.
Right.
Sometimes there's a cooler now that you can actually use to keep medicines cold. If the electric goes out, you need to look at all those things and apply them to your family or your household so that you're good. That's that point in time.
Thank you, Carmen.
You're welcome.
Yo, what up, bro? Real deal, 10 mil.
What's happening?
Well, first of all, I want to say what an honor it is to be in a room with all you guys and females. I've been watching you guys for a while, and I really enjoy your guys' shows. And I've talked to you guys down in the credits, or whatever you want to call it. But I've been prepping for over 10 years.
Good.
Yeah.
And, you know, if somebody's just getting into prepping, you know, like Aldi's is your best friend. You can buy canned goods from there really cheap. And a lot of people don't think about it. Like you buy corn, green beans and stuff. They come in water. If you're thirsty, there's some storage right there. There's water that you can drink.
Right.
Facts. That's a good point.
And, you know, it's good to have a plan to go somewhere. But remember, you want to stay home. As soon as you leave your house and you have your little bug out bag, you're just a glorified refugee.
Right.
And the police ain't there to help you, but they'll be there to take you to jail if the poop hits the fan. And you just need to be prepared, because then you're part of the solution. You're not part of the problem.
Right.
You know,
no doubt.
You can help your neighbor. And once you get into prepping, you can start prepping, buying extra coffee, buying extra booze and stuff, because you can start trading with people. bartering for stuff you don't have.
Hey, Tim Mill.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got a question. I noticed something too. I noticed the metal on the cans with they canning the food is totally different. Why is that?
Metal in the you talk about
Yeah,
the texture?
yeah, it seems real thin and flimsy than old
You talking
standard
about
cans.
the old can? Yeah, because like everything, like the plastic bottles, right? They're trying to save money.
Save money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
noticed that.
but people need to know if you store canned goods and if those canned goods are starting to like bubble or they don't look right, then you don't eat those cans because
It's
the
botulism.
food in,
Right.
the food in there is starting to rot.
Yeah.
And also, I don't want to be taking over the show
No,
or
you're
anything,
good.
but if you take a can, like you have a can of green beans and you're hungry and you don't have a can opener, you go outside and you take that can and you rub it on concrete or the road, and the sill will break and you can get in there and you can eat your food.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, that's dope. See, I didn't know that.
I learned that's something I learned.
Yeah, I used to do that with a fire hydrant.
Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to live in the city, but then me and my wife got lucky and we got to be able to move out in the country. So, I have livestock. I raise pigs every year. I have goats that I milk. I have chickens for meat and eggs and stuff. So, and I have when we moved in the country, we had a hand pump well drilled, so that way we always have water. But not everybody's that lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in the city for over 20 years, so we lived in a house and we had canned goods underneath the beds. We had them in the closets and everything.
Hey, that's good information, man. I appreciate you, real deal, 10 mil.
Well, thank you, sir.
Appreciate you, man. I appreciate your support too, man. I'm gonna bring somebody else in here, but thanks for checking in with us, man. That was great info.
Well, thank you, and I hope I wasn't rambling. So you guys have
that was good info, man.
Good
That was good
information,
info.
bro.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. I used
All
to
right,
hate priming that pump water, man.
There you go.
Yeah, you go through some milk jugs with that priming, boy.
Got my ATL connect. Hold on, y'all.
What's
Yo,
good,
what up?
LD?
What up?
Hey,
What's
What's
good?
up?
Hey, Carvin.
hey, how you doing?
Hey, I see you out there
What's
in the
going
chat
on?
talking crazy, man. What you got to say about prepping, man?
Man, I mean, I appreciate I appreciate it. It's a great thing to do. Me personally, I'm prepping manpower. You can't do nothing about manpower. I got people that's in the north that has a station that's ready. I got people down south that has a station that's ready. I got people in Chicago, Midwest, like there are places like if all hell break loose on the East Coast, we got to power out to the West. If all hell break loose on the West Coast, we got people. We have a network. My responsibility is manpower because of my unique control over the youngsters. You got to think about it. You're gonna have to take something, and who got the experience right now? Take it. The youngsters.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? They got the blueprint. They know what they're doing. They got the experience. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They don't care. You know what I'm saying? So stop piling youngsters. I'm people. I'm not stockpiling. And think about it. You spend 10 years prepping, right? And I come through with 100 people with 100 guns. How you gonna stop me?
You
Well,
ever
that's another
You're gonna get some of them. You're gonna get some of us. 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 But how you gonna stop us?
that's a good one. I'm a rebuttal just a
I
little
tell
bit.
you what, though, I see where you're
Little
going.
pushback.
I think what we talking about. I get what you're saying now.
Yeah,
But I
little
think what we're
pushback.
talking about is slightly different. What we
I
talking
got a little
about,
pushback on
if you
that.
got hit with something that's, we talking about a natural disaster where you at the crib and you
Right,
can't get out the crib. Do you got food in the crib? Do you got this? And you can't get out and move around and go take it because it's too bad outside to do that. So
Right.
are you prepared to be?
But who controlling the bad guys? It ain't bad if you
Ain't
control the
nobody
bad
outside
guys.
when we talking about
You
disaster.
talking about like weather. You're talking about like weather, like the storm and
absolutely.
Yeah. You know,
You
we
can
got
have
little
100
food.
people, 100 guns, but if you got to walk 100 miles,
We're talking about like the collapse of like the infrastructure, like the
We talking about swimming.
we're talking about
swimming.
But you know what though? You know what? I'm gonna cash app you $1 because you just gave me another show. Because it's interesting what you're talking about right now, but I think that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother subject.
Another thing real quick, I want to say is those 100 brothers you got.
Yeah.
I know when I was growing up, there was brothers like you who took me out and taught me how to survive on the land,
That's
how to
what my
help
dad
people, how to
did.
do all this other stuff. So take those 100 brothers and train them up on how to handle their business, but also train them up. Hey, you have a responsibility to the community. You have a responsibility to keep people safe. You're responsible. It's not just about taking; it's about building. We don't want just have. We don't want Mad Max. We don't want Mad Max.
I don't know if you're familiar with the west end of Atlanta, but it's a historical black district. My father was one of the founding people with the Black Panthers and stuff. My daddy was one of the people that followed the police around and made sure that they didn't harass us.
Exactly.
So, yeah, absolutely. Like, my family been controlling the streets for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up. I got a good question too. The brothers you got, have you guys gone on like a ruck march? Or
I take them to the range with me. I mean, I can't take too many with me at a time.
No, I'm not talking about shooting. I'm talking about just simply just going for a walk. Go for like maybe 10, 15, 20 miles. Because let's say, you got your team.
Meetups is what we call them. You know what I'm saying? We meet.
You got your teams, right? And let's say stuff crashes. Stuff goes down. You guys are ready to take off because you got to get it, right?
Oh, yeah.
We got weather. You don't want to be on the main roads.
Nope.
At all, right? Because you may have 100, but somebody else got 3, right?
Yep.
And then they may not, and don't necessarily need that because a lot of people might have created them at booby traps, all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds.
Yeah.
Some people want claymores and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's hard. RGP, like, hold on, that's another show.
We're gonna go to another show. Yeah, that's
another
show in itself. That's what I mean. I don't want to cut you off.
Hold on, wait. I got your buddy back here. She just got from another interview. Shawty got like 10 interviews a week.
Y'all down there trying to come up on me.
Nah, he makes some good points though, but yeah.
No, that's dope. I like what he's saying, but I do believe that that's a whole another show in itself. Hey, friend, get up with me, man. We're gonna get on. We'll get on another show with that, bro.
That's definitely.
All right, we'll chop it up for real.
That'll work, man. All right, man. I'll check in with you later, man. I love what y'all doing, though.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you,
man. Bro. Yes, sir.
I got some more people waiting too.
Yeah,
I like the insight though. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was
that's real.
I mean, if it's done right, sure, right?
Yeah, but 100 watts ain't cool.
That's what I say. That's a whole show. What up, bro? How you doing, man?
I've been good. Same old. How you feel? All right.
My man. I'm good.
So I figured I had something really quickly. Just a quick experience in something that everybody should be able to do, and it's not going to cost you nothing. Is set up kind of a triangular coexistence with neighbors that you can trust. Hurricane Michael came through a couple years ago, and a tree fell on the back of my house, and chainsaws would not exist. I had to go to Atlanta to get a chainsaw. But prior to that, my neighbor directly across the street, his school teacher, he had a chainsaw and didn't know how to use it. I said, well, I'm going to use it to cut down my tree, and then something he needed cut up in the back, whatever. And so just to be able to know your neighbors, if you can benefit from them or if you have to avoid them and worry about if they're, looking at you leave the house every day, and, set up a plan, possibly not a plan, but just a reliance on people the nearest to you, because friends and family, like all my New York people, they're on their own. I'm on my own from them, so you can't, usually you're not going to be able to make it a state over if the power is out, if the gas is not available. So the cheapest thing is directly across the street from you, directly next door to you. You know what I'm saying? Get to know those people if you can, or if you can't, utilize what they have. And also, in a stronger scenario, numbers, you don't want to have 50 people, but 10 people is a safer number than 3, which is what I have in my house. You know what I'm saying? So definitely link up, and it's not going to cost you storage. It's not going to cost you any Walmart money or dollar store money or bullet money or whatever. It's just a conversation, and you almost, create a camaraderie that's going to last long if you ever need it.
Yeah, that's
or not.
100%.
No, that's dope, bro. I appreciate that. That's interesting as well.
Man, look, team sport, man.
Yeah, you talk about it about
something that people don't do anymore. People don't take the time to get to know their neighbors and know who's around them. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
thing
have
to do.
80 some odd year old woman diagonal from me, and the first place that my son, he was like 7 at the time, went over there, helped her out, and we didn't even say, hey, let's go check. He was like, I'm gonna go see if the lady's all right, you know. So know if there's any elderly in your direct neighborhood and check on them, you know, constantly. Even if the power goes out for the night, you know, if there's something that they could be on oxygen or something like that, check in on them and say, hey, just making sure you're good. You know,
Yeah,
you do that every now and again or whatever. They get familiar and they'll start, you know, they wave to you and you never know if they got something. Old people keep medicine. Let something go down and you need some, I don't know, Excedrin or some blood pressure medicine or something like that, or a toothache or something that's killing you. They're gonna probably most likely have something that's gonna help you out. You know.
Right. Now, when that storm hit, were you and your family prepared and, you know, within your home?
Here's the crazy part. When that storm, that was Hurricane Michael, I was in New York, and my wife, we lost communication. When that storm hit, she was down here, and my two sons by themselves. So flights weren't coming in enough. And I had to take the China bus to Atlanta, and somehow we got a text message through saying, I told her, be here at Chamblee, if you guys are familiar, in Atlanta. Be here at 4:00. It was the day after that storm happened. So they had to go through it themselves. It was hella scary. They always get on me about it. But that was a real bug out situation because we had no communication. You know,
so now you're prepared.
Oh, we're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Changed, you know,
that's good, bro.
Yeah, but I was up there working, so you know, it was a back and forth thing, and I was down here, you know, like every 2 weeks or so. But it was when we first bought the house, when we first left New York. So, but we're good. Yeah, definitely prepared. We could be more prepared, believe me. Absolutely. But
absolutely,
we got a plan, and we got a bug out location. You know, it's down in this part of Georgia. There's a lot of lakes surrounded, so there's wildlife, there's boar, there's deer, there's freshwater, there's fish. So I mean, I got 2 kayaks, we got fishing poles. So yeah, if we got to leave the house, we're good, we're straight. But you know, as far as the neighbors go, we're good with them too, and we have plenty of protection per se for them if need be.
So what I'm gonna do, I got somebody else waiting too, but what I'm gonna do, like for tonight, I want to keep it like, what are some simple items that we need in the house for things like storms or stuff that can happen at the drop of a dime, right? And then I want to get into more of the having the bug out, like if something really crazy happened, where
it was a collapse or something.
Yeah, you know, and then we had to go crazy. So I'm gonna do like a part 2 of this, kind of like we did the gun addiction. So we'll get into it a little deeper because prepping is deep, man. Because I need barbecue to pull out that axe and everything. Like I need y'all to see that this thing is real, bro.
The juice
is real.
Carbacue's bag, Carbacue's bag is ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she definitely got it.
Yeah. When they turn away like patients at the hospital, they'd be like, "Yo, just go see Barbecue. She got everything you might need."
Rodney Brady, that's facts. Hey, I appreciate you, bro.
Hey.
That's my
fault. Y'all be safe. Enjoy the night.
Appreciate it.
All right, have a good one,
sir. Yeah, guys, you out there doing this stuff, man.
I know this next dude don't be prepping, but we're gonna bring him in anyway.
Oh shit.
Gershon, I knew it.
What's going on, Gershon?
Before you do anything, training should be the first thing on your list because police, fire, they're going to be busy taking care of a whole lot of other stuff. You are going to be your first responder for everything. So you need to know how to take care of yourself, how to, fix whatever it is, suture a wound, whatever give CPR, whatever the case may be, you need training. You need to take yourself to whatever training is available, stop the bleed, first aid class, a burn class, and because you're going to be in a house or wherever you at, there is no hospitals. The hospitals might be flooded out, or people might just, bum rush the hospital and start taking stuff. You need to have all that stuff on hand, and you're going to be waiting a minute if you think somebody's coming to get you. Be able to self-medicate, know what you're taking, what you're not allowed to take. the mixtures of your personal medication with OTC medications. It's a lot that goes into it, and you really have to pay attention to what you're doing and how to apply it to your body weight, your height. Some medications are like that. You have to give injections to somebody else. Take a class, learn how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Something simple as an IV. I think North Florida Tactical. I don't know if they're in the chat, but they have they're out in Florida, but they have a class which teaches you how to like a gunshot wound and plenty other things, but they also do it with live fire going on. So you actually have your heart racing, you're panicking, and you're still able to apply what they're teaching you medically to get your stuff done. Definitely a class you want to check out. Stuff like
One of
that.
the things you mentioned in the home, a lot of people overlook, especially when there's natural gas involved, is know where your natural gas pipe shut off valve is and have a tool there ready to shut it off. I know some of the people may be in Southern California, earthquake area, and in the event of a natural disaster on that magnitude, you need to be able to turn off that gas because you don't want natural gas leaking into your home. You're
No.
almost off where you want to be safe. So
You
know
fall
where all the
asleep,
stuff is.
you ain't waking up.
Shut that off.
Fire
So,
extinguishers, fire
fire
blanket,
extinguishers, all that stuff
all of
needs to
that.
be readily
And
available. So those are
see,
simple things you should have.
like I
And
believe
make
in
sure.
prepping, man. Believe it or not, I know RGG say he don't think I prep, but man, I prep, bro.
That's
Like,
a good.
like
Go say.
I believe in having like batteries,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of drinking water, drinking straws. For in case
Mhm.
you don't have clean water, you can have drinking straws. Another thing people be sleeping on, bro. Like when you see them little Walmart carts out laying around,
Mhm.
and somebody abandoned one, you should have one of them in your house. I know you say you're gonna do a part 2 on bugging out, but if you did have to bug out, bro, and you
Regular
not gonna be
carrier.
on the main road, you need a Walmart cart or something to put your stuff in,
Yeah.
bro. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you got your favorite rifle, you're not gonna want to walk with that on your back. You're gonna want that to be concealed. So if you got like a Walmart cart or something with a tarp
With
over
a
the top
tarp.
of it, you could
Yeah.
put that stuff in there because you might have a
Mhm.
child or somebody that can't really do all that heavy carrying with you. And then when you get to a disclosed location, you could take that basket off the road, flip it over, and put it behind some trees and build you a tent or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Cause you do, like, your boy said, you do got the takers out here who gonna be trying to get at you or whatever. But as far as like inside the house, I do think everybody have to prep for their own individual situation. Like if
Facts.
you depending on your house size. So if you got you like a little clothes hamper, the long ones, not the ones that stand straight up, but the kind of long ones that you can put a pound of rice, a pound of beans in, and put the lid on, and just put that up for storage. Because I know in Dallas a few months ago at the beginning of the year when we had our ice storm, you had people running out buying all the food, but the lights went out, so your meat spoiled. And if
Thank
you
you.
stay in an apartment complex, I don't really know how a generator gonna help this. So you gotta prep for your
Exactly.
individual situation.
Absolutely.
Also, if we bug out and you stay in Dallas and your people in Mississippi, the roads might be closed. So you can't get from Dallas to Mississippi. That's over 6 hours away. The closest part of Mississippi that I know are 4 hours away. So you might not make it there. So you definitely need a community of people around you that you can rely on and know what y'all gonna do if some stuff hit the fan. Cause I know at the Army and Navy surplus store, they have like these long, I don't know, Guns of Hookah, MHP. All y'all might know, but it's like these long tubes. I don't really know what they made, and they might be steel, but you can put them in the ground.
Uh-huh.
So they long enough. You might can put some food in there, a pistol or something. You can go
Oh
big.
yeah, I know what you're
Oh
talking
yeah,
about. Yeah.
yeah.
Flash tubes, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so those are good to have because
It's like it's a tube. You say?
it's a
PVC
steel.
pipe
Yeah,
too.
it's
Yeah,
like
you
a
can make
Yeah.
PVC. You can get
You
that
can make
Lowe's.
them yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
You
they
just
got
got to make sure
top.
that they're waterproof.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Make
Yeah.
sure they
And
water.
Got
moisture
that.
proof.
When you put them in the ground, you can come back and check on them. And if they dug
Yeah.
up, I mean, hey, you ain't lost none. But
Yeah.
you,
Survival capsules.
yeah,
Yep.
survival capsule. You're not gonna tell nobody where they at. So
Mm-mm.
that you should always have like a tourniquet on you and know how to use a tourniquet. So yeah, it's different stuff I believe in when it comes to prepping, man. I don't know a lot, but I did just want to chime in and say my little two
Oh,
cents.
no doubt.
Thank
Oh,
you.
it's all
Well,
good.
But I do got
You know what?
I
A
think
lot of people.
when we do this part 2, it's gonna get really good because that's when we're gonna really get into that stuff.
I
Like,
see this. I see it. I'm with Atlanta Print to a
Yeah,
degree.
so much.
And the reason I say that is because you're right. 100 people is a lot of people have. But number one, there's a lot of weaknesses with a lot of people. Number one, you're not as mobile. That's the biggest thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Number two,
Crowd.
how many of those people are used to being shot back at?
Thank you.
That's the biggest thing.
Well,
Everybody was good to go. We all been to a club, right?
Right.
We all been to a club. We've been to a club where some guns go off. What the first thing people do?
Right.
They gone. Gone, right?
But
and
he
that's just
definitely
like
got
9 millimeters, maybe a little 22.
Takers out there though. He got a point though.
No, there's gonna be takers, but it ain't gonna be. But a true pepper. If you go after the people who got the huge payload, you better believe
Grenades.
They are ready to defend at all costs, and they got.
Grenades.
I ain't talking about the stuff we show on here on our YouTube channels. You got some. I know dudes with
M203s,
20 millimeters. I know people with Claymore mines, grenades. I know a dude with a minigun. That's 6,000 rounds a minute. That is chewing up a whole lot of bodies.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question real quick. Hey, let me ask y'all a question real quick because I really want to know this person.
Can take care of a lot of people.
Yeah,
I really wanted to know this person. Like outside of walk, because I need to know this. Like outside of walkie talkies, right? What's a good comm system to use if like power lines go down? You don't have any
ham.
What is it?
Ham.
Ham.
Oh,
ham.
Okay, so that's what it's called. Ham.
Look at all these damn preppers pull out a radio on you.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. So are those like walkie talkies though?
No, both ain't.
Both
Multi-channel.
So you're going to be able to get in touch with NOAA. You can listen in if you don't have the license for it, but it also tell you where there's set up stations if you have to get supplies. You might want to be careful going to the setup station.
So all of y'all can talk to each other.
Right. You can actually have a group if everybody has one in their in your group, right? On the same frequency, you can actually have it's in simpler terms like a party line. So your whole group will be able to talk to each other through this. If the the phones go down, everything.
Junior, what's up? Gun Girls ATL, what
that's
up?
That's why I'm glad I asked that. Now I know my investment, what I'm gonna grab, man.
And that's real deal. And also, if you got a huge platoon, a huge formation, a large element, how many of those people gonna make it 10 miles, 20 miles, 50 miles? Right?
Yeah, I peeped that. That's why you asked them, do they ever go on ruck march?
Yeah,
it ain't easy, man.
And you ain't gonna be on no road either. You gotta go through terrain up mountains. You may lose half your team before you even get to your destination.
But you know, that's the thing about a SHTF situation. Kids and old people are always a liability. It's like small.
For the most part. That's why it's really, that's why it's essential to really prep your bug in and prepare to defend it. Because if you got to bug out with a little child or an elder.
Let me say this before I go. It's crazy you said that. That's why it's good for us big guys to lose weight. I'm not gonna say.
Oh no, this big fact.
I gotta lose weight because I can't.
It's true. It's true.
But look at RGG. Hey, RGG, we gotta lose some weight, baby. Because
can't climb no mountain. I can jump a fence.
We messed up out here, man. We messed up, man.
Hey,
so yeah,
you got to learn this, Krishan. You got to learn this. What we learned in the service is, you walk heavy, you run light. Just remember that.
Explain that for me.
That means you train yourself with heavy items.
Yep.
So when it's time to run, you can run with light items. That means you see a lot of service members, they have that big giant ruck on them. But when them rounds get to kicking off, that bag drop off, your ammo you grab and you take cover. So I said, you walk heavy, you run light. So that's what you have to train yourself in that mindset. So weight is, like I tell anybody, it's a mindset. It's a mindset, because you can look at some of these guys on the NFL. Them guys can run a football field twice, so you got it there. So you can't say the weight can hold you back. It's just the mindset of getting yourself built up to your weight.
And plus, you're going to see too many 100-pound skinny cats walking around with 50 pounds of payload and make it. You may be the person that can get that 100-pound payload.
Hey, I'm going to say this and I'm going to drop out, man. I appreciate y'all, and ain't no other 2A community I'd rather be a part of. RGG, let's get it, baby.
My man.
Y'all.
Peace, bro.
Thanks, man. You're talking about walking heavy and run light. My first aid kit goes from this. That's my heavy. But if I gotta run, I'm carrying this.
Right.
This is
Yeah.
all I'm carrying.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's a big difference.
Exactly.
that's it. That's a big
Yeah.
difference.
Huge difference.
Tactical Skillion, what's up, bro?
Kill you,
Stay at
yeah.
work. Hey, that's what he gonna be when he bugging. He gonna bug in at work.
Hey, Walt E, what up, bro? I know you got something to say.
Leave him alone.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my mic is acting up or something. Oh, I'm out here. But anyway, a lot of people are discounting. I mean, I know you said you was gonna do it on another show and stuff, but a lot of people's ideas of prepping is doing what the dude from Atlanta was talking about, and a lot of people's idea of prepping is to steal other people's stuff. I know you said you're gonna talk about that on another show, but that is some people's plan for prepping. And you know, like a couple of years ago too, you know what I'm saying? Everybody should keep a bag in their car or truck, you know what I'm saying? If you have, you know what I'm saying, a wife or kids or whatever, to keep some sort of bag. Because a couple of years ago, out here in Atlanta, we had something that they call Snowgate now. You know what I'm saying? And it's where we had a little snow and everything got shut down on the highways and people ended up having to leave their cars on the interstate walking home. You know what I'm saying? How many people are prepared to have to take a 5, 10, 15, 20-mile walk home? You know what I'm saying? Do you have an extra pair of shoes in your car? For ladies, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to walk in no high heels or, you know what I'm saying, just have some warm clothes or, you know what I'm saying, whatever clothes to prepare for that. So just having a bag, and I couldn't tell if somebody was just talking about The Walking Dead or whatever, but if you watch The Walking Dead, that is a great start to preparedness. I mean, look past those zombies in the show because those zombies represent something else out here in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Those zombies could be poor people or, you know, there's so much other stuff to look at. So when you watch The Walking Dead, just look past that as far as being prepared. But it's a great start to getting yourself together and let you know what type of stuff you may have to face out here.
Hey, brother, we covered that in our Survival Saturday. You have a bug out bag, you have a bug in bag, and then you got a get home bag. That's the bag you want to have, an EDC, your everyday carry.
That's right. And make sure your family's on board. You know, I live in a house with 3 females, and I tell them, you know what I'm saying, to get these sanitary products and stuff, but you know what I'm saying, they look at it as an in-house store. When they don't want to go shopping, they go down to the pantry and they pulling out the emergency items and stuff like that. So, you got to make sure your family's on board with that stuff too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely.
To go back to
number 10 cans, you get those for $2 or $3 all day. You don't even have to heat that stuff up, man. So, I always try to keep number 10 cans in the house. You can stack them on those very cheap, and you can eat on that.
I don't like number 10 cans because you get a lot of waste with them. That's why I don't like them. I'd rather have smaller cans. Number 10 cans you could get, but number 10, like, for my situation, because there's only 3 of us, but I prep for 4. And number 10 cans would just be something else I'd have to worry about keeping this food from spoiling or something like that. But that's my own.
Gotcha.
That's my own mindset.
What's number 10 can?
The big giant cans that you can get, the big ones,
Yeah.
like the ones you would see in a restaurant or at a school or something like that.
Hey,
Monsters, man.
Get in there. What up?
What up, though?
You gonna have your ham knife.
My 2 cents, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
We appreciate you,
brother.
Everybody bringing some good stuff to this joint, man.
You be safe out there, man.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And that's a good thing. What we're gonna be discussing Saturday survival. We worry about that. But like we always say that a lot of people have to understand what they're doing and where they're going. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, man. I'm listening. Go ahead.
That's things we got to worry about because we get on the channel and we have a lot of people giving advice and things, but have they prepared themselves? Really? Have they put on their backpack, their bug out bag, and got on the treadmill or walked around the house and do things that you would do? Okay, pull your car over, get out, know your surroundings. Have you mapped yourself out how to get back home without your vehicle? Have you looked and found landmarks where okay, I can go this way, I can go that way. If I got to go on foot, I know I got to go this way. Little things like that help,
Big
And I
facts.
tell a lot of people that, when you're not prepared, it's sad. You become one of those victims.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that, you prepping, bro?
Yeah, I just started. I actually text Carbon and she gave me some good advice, but I'm trying myself. Man, put that picture up.
What you Oh boy, you were sitting there, man. I thought you were sleeping with your eyes open, bro. That mother.
Juice said RGG got an EDC bag full of annihilators.
Hey, barbecue block juice for me, please. So Skillionaire, what's up, man? Talk to me though. You said you just started.
Like juice.
I've been trying to get it done. I ain't really focused on it until I actually start moving into my house, because I was living in an apartment. So being in an apartment is kind of hard, trying to do that stuff. But I've been in my house 2 years trying to do it. But he is right. Your family has to be along with it. My wife is not really with this type of stuff, so I'm trying to get her along to try to.
Your wife ain't with nothing, bro. Like she don't want to shoot.
Right.
Okay. So.
But you keep doing it.
Hey,
because one day she'll
you know
realize
what's so
it.
funny though?
Keep doing
Mine's the same way. But we got an agreement that whatever I pack in my bag, I pack in her bag. And she has got to know how to use that stuff in that bag.
Yeah.
Regardless if she don't want to play or whatever, you have to prepare regardless. Because if you get hit, you're gonna have to have some cover fire.
Big facts.
You got
And that's the thing, that teamwork and having individuals to assist you is a real thing. That Rambo mentality, me against the world, that's good on film, but in reality, that's really not going to work for you.
You don't
It's
want to be
always more
alone.
eyes, exactly, and it's always more eyes watching you than you have eyes. So,
yeah.
And even if you have a ham eye, you got to have people helping you out. I'm sorry.
Look, it's always good. Hey, and I guess I guess one of the biggest things to have in the SHTF is a sense of humor, because the stress levels are so high. You're gonna need something to bring it down, right?
Oh, right. You need a deck of cards.
Yeah.
Something that's gonna take your mind off of whatever the situation is.
No arms 2-8. Thanks for the cash app, man.
Domino. Just something to, especially if you have children, you want to keep them occupied. So TV's down, whatever's down, you're gonna have to have some type of board game or something to keep them.
Oh yeah.
You're here whilst you're trying to secure or do whatever it is that you have to do. For Elena Prin, what he's saying plays a very major part in prepping as well, because a lot of other communities, they have actual small villages, I'm going to say, right? Websites and things like that. And they actually have it set up where they have people who are going to do their patrols, people who go out and hunt for, whatever they're going to eat. They also have people that go out and, try to get as much more supplies that may be laying around wherever, which is the part where he's talking about going to borrow stuff and bring it back, because no matter how much you prep, you're going to run out of your stuff sooner or later. So you're going to have to go back out.
And he makes a valid point. Yeah, absolutely, Carbon Q, because if he took it and made that 100-man team have a defense, like you just said, and have 5-man teams to go out and scavenge and recon, you should prep and have that team to protect what you got, and have smaller teams to go out and scavenge what you need, versus taking that team out to go get it, because you'll lose half your team on the walk up there.
Yeah, that's a force multiplier when you have those smaller teams can go out and boom, 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 and bring back.
Exactly.
You have to have people that's going to be watching.
Oh, my drink buddy, what's going on, man? My drink buddy.
Pop up that Del Ray and do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, get back to work.
And you have young children inside there, everybody's going to play a part in your little community.
No doubt.
When stuff hits the fan and you guys come together and find each other wherever, however, or if you have it pre-planned, you know who you're going to bug out with or whatever the case may be. Everybody's going to play a part. You need people that's going to be eyes and ears on different shifts.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
We'll be right here.
He's saying,
Del Ray, what up, my brother? My bad, Q. I'm sorry about that.
What's going on? Point.
Hey.
All right, thanks for coming through.
Del Ray, a prepper. He sent me like a million photos today.
Yeah.
Black Point Dexter's
What's up, my brother?
All right.
What's your input on the prepping, bro?
Well, there's a lot. When it comes to prepping, there's different levels. First thing, you got to look at your area where you live in. Because if you live up north, you might hit a blizzard, no power. I live in South Florida. I've been here since over 30 years. So I've had no power for a month. So good luck trying to get gas, getting food, getting a bunch of things. Now things have changed. They got solar panels and all that other stuff that goes on. But you got to first look at your location, and then you got to go down the importance: food, water. I mean, most people touched on a lot of different things when it came to food and water and stuff like that. Always prepare. I know somebody says start off with like 2 days. I think at least here in South Florida, when hurricane season comes, we probably have like 15 jugs of gas. Those 5-gallon jugs, 15 of them lined up.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, we have food and we have freezers and stuff like that, generators, you know, but now I'm going to get rid of my dad's generator, my brother's generator, and we're going to get the ones that are solar panel. Just because in South Florida, it's hot. We don't get the cold winters. So for us, either way, I mean, if it drops down to 40 degrees, you can just put a jacket on, you're fine. So there's a lot of different levels. And the whole prepping thing, I mean, it gets expensive. So you got to see where you can start off your level. And the most important, like I said, is food and water. Because when people are hungry, they will legit turn into savages. And I've seen people go crazy just over gas. They go crazy over, you know, trying to get ready for the hurricane and put wood and whatever needs in the window so it doesn't break in. But what happens is after the hurricane's gone and there's no power, that's when you see people coming out robbing and thieving. So that's why with Carmen Q, I told her we'll have a whole discussion about perimeter setting. But when your power goes out, what are you going to do? And I keep telling people about that little bell over the door. The old school stores all had that. When you walk in, that little bell right above the door, the entry doors. You don't need power. You don't need anything. And if you don't want to use it during the day because your family's over there, you just hook it up and it's good. But then when you need it at night or whatever, bro, somebody cuts out your power. If I'm going to rob your house, which I would never do, but if I was, bro, I'm cutting your power.
Thank you.
Because then I'm just coming in. I don't even have to worry. You hear glass breaking, I don't give a damn. So you got to think about it from the other perspective of when they're coming in and there's no power, which I've dealt with. I slept at my girlfriend's house because at night she was worried. I put her somewhere where there was power, but I slept at her house thinking that if somebody comes to the door, they were in for a rude awakening. I mean, there was spike strips set out, bear traps, everything. Well, you come in my house, you're in for a big surprise.
Thank you.
And I put the warning labels everywhere on the door, on the windows. You know, don't come in, no trespassing, and take your own risk. Because if you don't have signs up, you get sued. So each state is different.
Right.
But it's the prepping thing. It comes. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
And one thing I was going to touch on is as far as like now that Halloween's coming around the corner, bro, jump on eBay, set alerts, get yourself gas masks. Because if I'm breaking into your house and let's say I know you got guns, I'm gonna gas you out, bro. You can't survive in that house if I start gassing you out. You can't breathe. You got to come out. So you got to have gas masks. And then another situation that happened to my aunt. She lives in by where all the fires are, by Portland. She couldn't go outside because of the smoke and the ashes.
Thank you.
So if she would have had a gas mask, now there's different filters. So you can get a gas mask, but you got to depend on what filters. There's a ton of different filters for different, radiation. You got different levels. But if you got a gas mask and somebody tries to tear gas you in your house, you're fine. But you got to get gas masks for every single person in your house and the kids. So you got to get like the little ones for the kids.
Yeah, filters, CBR, chemical, biological.
At least you need to have a couple gas masks in the house. That's why, like, Halloween's coming up now. You got some of these big time ballers, they get the full on hazmat suits or costumes or whatever, and they use the real gas mask because they want to be authentic. Bro, they go and sell them for nothing on OfferUp and on eBay. So just, go on there and pick them up. They're cheap.
Good advice.
Thanks for the cash app, Blackyard Gardener.
Del Ray, I got me a little
Del Ray
something.
Dan,
Nice.
Salute.
My man with the prepping, man. That's some interesting stuff. So you got gas masks, Del Ray?
I have gas masks for every single person in the family, and then I have basically 3 to 4 filters per person.
Yep.
Because if something did happen, and let's just say it's something where they're trying to gas you out, but you can't even go outside because of whatever, something's burning. I mean, if you got to go somewhere, travel from point A to point B, you can't even get to the car. But now with the gas mask, it's pointless to have it unless you use it. Like my dad, when he was in the military, they made him run with the gas mask on.
Oh yeah.
They made you run until you bled out. Like basically, you start bleeding out your nose. Like you're about to die. But they trained them that way because they said if there was a tough predicament, you gotta get your lungs. You gotta get accustomed to it. It's not like, oh, you put a gas mask on and I breathe normally. No, bro, it's like going diving. Try going diving, bro.
Sleep with them things on, man. It's a pain, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you wear glasses, you got to put them inside. It's like,
That's another thing. If you got glasses,
things.
like Black Poindexter and MHP and me, we wear glasses. So that's why I ordered goggles that I can wear because if somebody, and I've been in this situation, I just learned through life. Like I've been in my younger years when I used to go out to, do whatever I did. I remember this dude, he slapped my glasses off my face. Bro, I didn't know who I was hitting. I was just swinging on everybody. I didn't know if it was man, woman. I was just swinging for my life because I couldn't see. So I was throwing, but that's why you got to have goggles because if something does happen, let's say you're working outside and you're sweating, your glasses fall off your face. Now what are you going to do? Somebody stepped on them, a branch fell on them, you're screwed. You got to have the, and then if you're wearing a mask, these aren't going to be comfortable. If you got goggles, it's a lot more comfortable. And then if you got contact lenses, how long do you think you're going to last with contact lenses before you got
to has to go.
Get solutions or whatever?
Chemicals get underneath there. That's not a good situation to wear contacts.
If you're allergic, part two, man.
So that's why
y'all like super serious preppers.
Now for Halloween, just get yourself set up a couple things that you need that a little bit more pricier, like gas mask and like ghillie suits. I don't know how many people have ghillie suits, but to me, I mean,
what kind of suit?
It's a
ghillie suit.
Ghillie suit.
I sent you pictures of a couple things.
I know you sent me about 30 pictures, bro.
Y'all trying to disguise yourself as hay out there. No,
but if you're going to be in one of those situations where you're going to hunt out even during the day or at night, you got a ghillie suit on, you just blend in with the whatever's coming your way.
Oh, absolutely.
A ghillie suit.
Lay by some shit because the scent will throw off some stuff. So it's a lot of stuff in this prepper stuff, man. You get there's levels to it. From basic power outage all the way up to just a straight up government collapse,
And that's where I'm at. I'm still at the power outage, but y'all done got so deep on me, man. This is crazy. But I tell you make me realize how unprepared most of us really are.
You want to know a serious mindset of preparation? Look at the Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I will tell you exactly what will happen if stuff really goes awry.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the one thing.
Go further. Go deeper.
Well, you mean you see how Black Friday everybody goes crazy. Everybody goes nuts for stuff.
Yeah. Like stuff they want, and this is stuff they want. Like you see a sale of TV that's like $300, and they say it's on sale for $300 because they raised up to $400 prior to that Friday. So you think you're getting a sale, and there's only like 10 TVs there, and you got 11 people that want those TVs, right? Somebody's gonna be asked out, so a fight's gonna break out, and that's those stuff that you don't need. Could you imagine when there's a water shortage, food shortage, gas shortage, toilet paper? We saw with the plague, people were losing their everlasting minds.
Yeah. See, my cousin told me this too. He had a homeboy, and he had a repo company. They wait till you go to Black Friday, and they line up the repo trucks like 6 deep. And they just go in when their doors open up. They go in the parking lot and have a field day. So they plan stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. You see the mindset because
what is that?
Yeah, silk key. You need to have one of those so you can get water from different businesses and establishments and things like that. If you can't get water, you can go and steal their water, basically.
Yeah.
Barbara, you got a silky key?
Yeah, I got one in my bag in the car.
Yeah.
All weather boots and white Crocs.
Wait. I got the Crocs. I definitely got that.
Money.
What is you get those bolt cutters?
I got some bolt cutters there, right?
I keep those in my car kit.
I got bolt cutters.
Bolt cutters. I keep a mini crowbar because you never know.
They got the foldable bolt cutters now.
Yeah, they fold over into like this big.
This is my get home bag. It's pretty small, but everything in here would be amazed when I pull it out. It's not that big.
Yeah,
That's my
same.
get home
That's
bag.
same thing. Same thing.
Man.
Yeah, this
One of the
bad.
things I tell, like a tool, simple tool, this
Like a
multi
Leatherman?
tool. I've
Yeah.
had this thing for 20 years. It's worn and this, that, and the other, but it functions extremely well.
Yeah.
Has a bunch of just simple screwdrivers,
Yep.
knives, tape, measuring thing. It's like toothpicks. So this is very inexpensive. You could put it inside your bag, multiple bags. They're extremely cheap, but they make some that are really expensive. But this is 20 years old and it still works.
Good old Leathermans, man. Gerbers, something like that. I got a few of those.
Just little simple
around.
tools. Just throwing in your bag. You're
And
good
the
to
one
go.
thing for people watching, because you see a bunch of guys who got a bunch of different things and has a lot of stuff. The thing to do is don't let yourself be overwhelmed. Just start somewhere.
Yeah, start
Go
somewhere.
get something. Just start off small. Just get something and get started. Go a little at a time.
So let's tell people right now. I'm glad you said that. Where do we start? Let's start out small. Somebody that don't know nothing about prepping.
Food and water.
Yep.
Food, water.
Yeah.
A knife, a good knife.
Yep, a knife.
A decent knife. I like these knives because it has a glass breaker on the end of it.
Yep.
And these are very inexpensive. So if you get caught in your car, you can use the end of that device to actually break the glass. Boom. So this is extremely good to have. Keep it in your pocket. I keep multiples of these. You don't have to get super expensive. It also has a seatbelt cutter. So if you're trapped in your car, you can just cut that. And then it's a very good thing to have in your pocket at all times.
Have a way to start fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sound repetitive. I sound very repetitive here. But Siege just asked a great question. 5 things to start. But because what I'm noticing from you gentlemen and the young lady here, Carbon Q, y'all really ahead of the game with this prepping stuff. Like y'all like if Bigfoot come out, y'all ready.
Bigfoot? Okay, I got. No.
But I think
I got the bear traps. I got the bear traps. He's going down.
There you go.
We got bear traps, man. We good.
Like Siege, and I'm sure a lot of other people. I'm talking about level 1. No, not even level 1. Level 0.5 prepping for some of the smallest stuff.
Water.
First aid kit.
First aid kit.
Yep.
A knife.
A way to start fire.
And a fire starter kit. That's like a fire starter kit that I have multiple things, even a magnifying glass, multiple ways to start fire. So
your lightning bug.
And that's 5.
Your waterproof.
That's 5 things to start with.
That's a start with. Just a start.
Yeah.
Hell, you can get an entire kit with everything. You can get a kit
that's
got
that for like $15. You can get a kit that has all that stuff in it.
with all that stuff.
Fire starter.
Yeah.
It could just be you could put together different kinds of things like
you can have a few lighters, have a flint.
Yep, I have all that in that kit.
In the house, right? Like
if you're in the house, well, you'll have you got your lighters. So there's your lighters. You wouldn't necessarily want to use your flint, with a lighter. But you
that's what I'm saying. So 5 things for people that don't prep:
food, water, knife.
In the house.
Yeah,
in the house.
Okay, what we need, we should have knives in the house.
Why not?
Why not?
I'm saying we should already have knives in the house.
No, I'm talking about
not kitchen knives.
Not butter knife. Talk about a knife.
You want like a knife? Yeah, something that's
like
has
a
nice blade on it.
Something with.
Exactly. You can do different things with it. Even if it's minor surgery, you can do with something like this. So
you want a blade like that?
I'm telling you, y'all this prepping thing is serious. Y'all can't stay on track. Black Point just said, even if it's you gotta do a surgery. I'm just talking about a storm, man. We can't go outside. We need food. We need water. We need 2 things.
First aid kit.
First aid kit. A knife.
Way
to start fire.
And a way to start fire.
Why do I need to start a fire in the house?
How you gonna cook your food? What if you need to cook or warm your food? Or warmth inside, something outside.
RGG. All you need to do is get you a battery-operated hot plate.
Yeah.
That's like an eye on the stove that has a battery. You put your battery in, you can cook on that.
There's your fire.
It's battery-operated.
Yep.
There's your
biggest thing.
Battery-operated hot plate.
The biggest thing for fire is, say you have to boil your water. You have a way to boil your water. You have to have a heat source for that.
So a hot plate.
Yeah.
A fire source.
Something that generates enough heat to get something boiling.
Yep.
Yeah, battery operated hot plate, bro.
Things
No
you don't
surgery.
think about, man. It's like you say, you don't think about this stuff when you're in your house. You think you got what you got, but
Yeah.
if you've
You
been through
find
enough
out quick.
power outages, you find out real quick what you got and what you ain't got.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I said Baltimore say food, water, first aid, weapons, fire
Well,
stuff.
weapons is a given, bro. Like that.
Yeah.
That just.
Yeah, we only put that in the fire. That's
Yeah.
all. You should already have that.
Yeah,
That
we
shouldn't even
know.
be a.
Yeah, we should have
Because
that. So.
if you wait till something happens to get that, you're too late.
You're behind the curve.
by then.
Battery operated hot plate. First time I ever heard
Yeah.
that. So that actually exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
right
I
here,
think-
this
I
is
think they got
inexpensive.
hot plates. They have hot
These
plates
are
that are solar powered now. Also, I think Carbon
Yeah.
Q mentioned the cooler that has the solar power on it too.
Yeah, you can get
down
this.
here, everything's solar.
There's one
This
called
is
a
very inexpensive.
How does that
Bougie
one, how
IV.
does that one power,
Good one.
Black Point?
This is butane. You
Yep.
can buy them at the store. Every time I go to the grocery store, I buy a little canister to go along with this.
They're cheap as
These
hell.
are very cheap.
They're all-
Very cheap.
and they work good too.
Work
Look,
extremely
Walmart
well.
is your friend, yo.
You can use
Walmart
that
is your
indoors?
friend. Indoors.
No, you want to do that outdoors. You want always want to do
You
it
could
outdoors. Like on
you
your
could, as long as you had some
Well
sort of
ventilated.
ventilation and you
Yeah,
needed
well
to, you,
ventilated.
can, you have to have real good ventilation.
But
For the most part, you
Now,
can do it
now,
outside.
so is there a hot plate or something like that that could generate the heat that you could use indoors that's not going to use like
electric
propane
one.
or something like that?
An
Well,
electric
imagine-
yeah, you can get a yeah.
let's just say the power went out though, because when he said battery operated,
Battery
that
operated.
kind of sparked my interest. Does that exist?
Yeah, they do have the battery
Yeah, you
operated
do have
heaters.
battery powered heaters, yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to get batteries that you can recharge because
Exactly.
like I have a rechargeable station that's solar panel.
Yep.
So outside I charge them and then I bring them inside and I can just reuse the batteries. You got to buy the big packs, all the different
Big
sizes.
lithium. Lithium's a good battery
Lithium's
too.
are really good batteries. Yeah, those are the ones you want.
So
With
you have
the
to think.
charger.
You have to do your
Right
research
there.
and plan ahead. You have on all this. You have to do your research. What fits best for you? Because
Yep.
again, everybody's situation is different. All the needs are different. But do your research. Have a plan. And then you start just moving from there, building for what's going to work for you, what your price points are, what you can afford, not afford, and just start with a good foundation, those basics, and just go from there. What I did, I went to Amazon and just to use a list of things that I needed. And I didn't actually buy everything from there, but at least I had a central point where I can go through, okay, this I want, this I want, this I want, and just go through that list. So make a list and just start going through the list. And you just
You seen that TV commercial as seen on TV where they just put those little things on the wall, then you click on them?
Yeah,
You ever seen those? Yeah. Now they got the bulbs. You can do that. You put them in every house, in every section of your house, and when the power goes out, the bulbs cut on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, that's interesting. So, because I had an experience. Matter of fact, just last year, when I had electricity ran in my basement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the guy that did the electricity, something happened. It was a part that he didn't have. So all the power, he was installing outlets, and all the power went out. This is heart of the winter. I didn't want to leave because and somebody asked me that question last year, like, what if the power go out with your cameras or something, right? So I didn't want to leave the house because I got a lot of stuff in here that I wasn't just going to leave with all the power out in the house. And man, it was freezing, but you couldn't use nothing. You couldn't cook. You couldn't do nothing. You had no lights, no nothing. And I wasn't I know I wasn't prepared. And that was less than 24 hours. And that was miserable. We was freezing. I didn't have no way to get no heat, nothing, no generator. So there's a lot of things that I would think a generator. Nobody said generator. I was waiting.
The generator. Oh yeah,
Generator.
No, but generator is big money, bro. Generator costs you a fortune.
And like somebody said before, if you live in an apartment complex, how practical is that?
How practical is the generator?
To do that.
And I found out the hard way about those solar panels and the gas powered ones for your house you're building. That costs money to run.
Oh, a lot
to
of
get them
money.
things up and running, and the power goes out for months. They charge you like $700 a day for gas.
Red Phoenix, what up? Big Dre, what up?
It's crazy
Those
price,
are
man.
Expensive. I mean, we see just the prime example, really good test, right? A really good OJT, if you will, was 2020.
Yeah.
That was OJT right there. That was real time. It's still going on now, but it's not to that point now because they don't really care if you die or not at this point. But when it first kicked off and they were like closing stuff down, that was the test right there to show where you was at. That was your test to let you know what you needed. And then before then, the observation, like I said, it was Black Friday. When you saw people how they act up when there were certain things they ran out of, something they just wanted, something they didn't even need, something they would have probably never even think about buying, and they're fighting over it. So you can imagine, like if they get hungry or they get cold. And here's another thing too: if you got all that stuff, let's say you got all that stuff, because you like he went ATL when he talked about preparing to take somebody. Let's say you got all that stuff. Let's say you the one person who got the generator, right? And your electric is on. Turn all that shit off.
Yeah.
If you're the only one on there, so you don't draw no attention, or get you some really dark curtains to cover that up so no one sees light stuff coming out your house, because they see that stuff and they sitting in their house freezing, and you over in your house.
Zombies.
They gonna the nicest person may become the deadliest person if they're desperate enough. So ATL makes very valid points with that, and he's preparing for that. But there's people actually thinking, not even on that level prepping, they just automatically kick into desperation.
Light discipline is a thing, for real.
Yeah, man. So you want to definitely turn all that stuff off. Use tea light. I got tea light candles as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you get them at the dollar store.
Yeah, people don't know that you get, like, even if you're sitting in the car, if you light up a small tea light, it raises the temperature in the car by like 2 or 3 degrees.
Yeah.
You think that's not a lot, but when you freezing, 2 or 3 degrees feel like you got a damn heater.
Man, like you in a sauna, man. Heck yeah.
Right.
So, stuff like that.
In the car.
And you'll see like a little Q store. You go to a dollar store, get like 100 pack. You know what I'm saying? You get a whole bunch of them. So tea light candles is definitely a good light source.
Is a prepper's friend. People sleep on the dollar store.
Man, dollar store got everything in the dollar store.
Kareem, this first time I saw you 2 times in one night.
Hey, here's my idea for the regular guy when you say prepping.
Regular gun guy. You're gonna get
regular gun guy. When you go to Walmart and go into their sporting goods section, they have a pack that's usually red or like that traffic orange bag. And in that bag, it'll have like a protein bar, a little plastic bag of water, a little knife to break glass, I think it's a minor trauma kit. It's got a little bit of gauze, alcohol, needles. That's where you can start, and that pack starts anywhere from $20 to maybe at best $30, $35. That can be your ground zero. Everything you need: a little hand crank radio, a little hot plate that works with, say, if you got the fresh water. And those of us who've been in the military, y'all know the little magic bricks that you pour the water on and they get hot.
Yeah,
and that's when all else has failed. You ain't got no electricity, you ain't got nothing. It's a pack, and it's over in the sporting goods section. That's your ground zero, and build up from there.
Now you said magic bricks, so they got some. You pour water on and they get hot.
Yeah, basically what it is, it's a
like
chemical
MREs.
reaction. And when you pour the water in, you put it like in a little plastic bag. You pour the water on it, and you let it sit there, and it'll get warm. And it'll get warm enough to heat up your food. Now, I'm not going to tell you it's going to start no blaze and nothing like that, but it will warm up your food. It can keep it. You know how the hand warmers kind of work, where you break them and then it gets hot.
Yeah.
It's like that, except the bricks they have, you can actually pour water on them and zip that little bag up, and they'll get warm. And it's one big pack. And I think I'm familiar with the one from Walmart. Target may have one.
Sterno makes the company Sterno, who makes this little Sterno things. They make a real good one for that, because people use them for commercial purposes, like if you got a catering business or something. But Sterno makes one that lasts for hours, and it works really well. They're a little bit expensive, but they work real well. I got about 12 of them around here somewhere.
But yeah, that's your ground rule. Second thing I would suggest,
throw it in a bottle and make you a time bomb with some water.
Second thing I suggest, if say for instance this is regular guy under $100 budget, okay.
I got to have an under $100 budget. What? I mean, I do, but you ain't got to.
I'm just saying, because we're talking about just something. It's like I say under $100, because if you want to drop $1,500 to sit on something that you might never use, okay. But I say under 100 because it's something that you can use in bad weather. Georgia, Florida, Alabama in particular, floods, tornadoes, hurricanes. That's weather. That's actually a yearly thing that goes on over here. Where I'm in Gwinnett, we flood a lot. Beaufort Dam, Lake Oconee, all that. they flood, and I'm talking about they flood in April and May, and have people cut off from civilization. So if you want to get that, like say for instance, you get that kit, it's like it'll be like a pot. It have one that works by like either gas, or they have one that it works off like an 8-volt battery where it's like a little lighter. You know the electric lighters that you see?
Yeah.
It works like that, and that actually will start fire, and that can be also, like I said, level 0. And you can go get that now. And it's over in the sporting goods section of Walmart, and it has instructions on it. Like everybody talking about the checklist. When you open it up, it has a checklist of everything from like, do you have medication? Do you have an escape plan? Do you know where you're like another thing some people don't think about, evacuation shelters. Where I live at, the fairgrounds is the evacuation center for people who get flooded out or they come up from Florida after a hurricane. Information like that you need to know too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
So,
know the
I like
right
Black Point got those maps and stuff. What's up, Del? What's up, Del?
Baltimore James is stupid, yo. He thought Kareem was Diesel.
Oh, damn! Here we go.
But yeah, appreciate that, man. I'm going to the sporting goods section this weekend.
Yeah, it's a big orange. It's a big orange. It's a janky looking orange knapsack, and it's got everything that I know because I keep two. Well, I keep one in my wife's car, and then I got one in the way. It looks something like the one you just put up there. Yep, something like that.
Barbecue got everything. Everything y'all named, she got
waterproof. You ain't playing with nobody out here in these streets, man.
No.
Hell no. Carbon Q got the whole pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, she golden, man. And see, that's what I'm saying.
ReadyWise makes them. You can get the cheaper ones from Walmart. ReadyWise makes them. There's another company, Patriot Supply. There's a different company that makes them, and they all have different things inside of them. The one thing I will tell you is, if you get the one from Walmart, that pack that they give you, that the survival food, it tastes horrible. I just tell you that up front. It tastes horrible.
Oh yeah, but you gotta
keep you alive, but it tastes horrible.
And then if you get with the shit,
hey,
RGG.
Hey man, shit hits the fan. There's no hibachi, bro. You guys just survive.
Yeah, charcoal.
Pour some of that drip sauce on there. You be all right.
What up, MHP?
There we go.
Yep, some MREs.
No, but seriously, I think I said RGG and Carbon Q. So I bought the ReadyWise 127 servings for $50. Now they're $2.99.
Yeah.
Yeah, you showed me that. I remember that.
Yeah, I got a ton of those things. And the thing too, when you start buying this stuff like your survival food,
thank you, Zach.
Take it out and use it. Because if you don't, you'll mess around and you just have it sitting around and you'll never use it. Take it out and use it. Try it out. Because you can. It, like I said, it's important to just get what you need. But if you can create it so that you can have some stuff that is what you need, but it's also something you would like, it just makes your mindset even better.
Dude, I be like what Zach saying too.
Because
I learned this.
Keep these inside your head.
No, try that out like Zach said, because you got to learn what's not going to run through you.
Right.
Like I said, them trail bars. Make sure you got the bars that don't run through you.
Right.
Especially stuff that's super high in protein.
Carbon Q. I got a question to ask you now.
Yeah, if it's got a lot of fiber, it's going through you.
We gonna be boo.
Carbon. I saw you at the MRE. I just have to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the combat hot sauce. What's going on with that?
It's inside.
Where's the combat Tabasco sauce? I got the
It's
MRE.
inside.
You know you ain't living your best life when you ain't got no charms in there. Charms are like the best.
I might eat this tonight. They got teriyaki rice.
No,
man, I'll tell you,
don't do it tonight, bro. You're gonna be I'll tell you right now, bro.
You're gonna be dropping it like it's hot, brother.
Yeah, you're gonna be hurting all night.
You're gonna be donating. You're gonna be donating, all right. Donation Fridays. Percolating. Yo, I tell you, who remember that cheese spread in the MRE?
Yep.
Oh, I remember them. That was the green MREs, man. The army.
Yeah. Green packs.
Although you guys were talking about the tea lights, they also have candles in a tin. They last 16 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart has these.
And you can get you some Crisco, get you a jar, get you some mason jars because they can withstand up to 250 degrees. Put you some Crisco in it and make you a candle. It'll burn for hours, let alone days. Make your own. You ain't got to go buying this, and it's super
Exactly.
cheap. And make your own.
Last time somebody told me make some crystal, you can make you some crystal.
I said Crisco, bro.
Yeah, remember, he's in South Florida. People.
You said Crisco.
South Florida.
I said Crisco.
Use your words carefully.
Yeah, be out here making no crystal.
Yeah, those MREs are really important because if you have food and you're cooking it, that smell is gonna permeate. And then people who don't have food, they're gonna be at your door, and you're gonna have a problem. So try, if it gets to that point, try to use things that's not gonna give off a smell to attract.
Yeah. Right, you don't want to be out there barbecuing no lamb chops.
And then training.
I'm savages, boy. Them gonna come. They'll come.
Heck yeah, you want to make sure you
when you're hungry, you can smell.
Heck yeah, your sense of smell, your senses increase. You ain't never lied. But what's that? What's up with that? What you got over there?
Hey, bro, you got a tactical George Foreman grill?
Whatever works, man.
What you have is your personal medication. If you take high blood pressure, if you take any type of diabetic medication, anything like that, heart medication, have an extra stash on deck in your house. I don't know, ask them for a vacation prescription, you lost it, whatever you can do to get it. Just make sure you have that on hand because you don't want to go a whole month without it. If it's something that you have to take every day, make sure that's part of 5 of the major things that you should have starting off. Make sure you have your
medication,
antibiotics,
penicillin, all that.
Right.
And inhalers. And
inhalers. Yep.
And inhalers.
And also have you some luxury items like miniature, like some liquor if you drink.
Yeah, you gotta.
Oh, yeah, those are, you can barter with those.
Yeah, that's barter stuff. Right.
That's like in prison, boy.
Yeah.
You guys see that antiseptic as well. You could use it to, for because it's got at least 70% alcohol is good enough. Right?
RGG.
Yeah.
Also, you got to remember, if you don't have nothing to light a fire, take apart some of those rounds, man, and use that black powder.
Use that black powder.
That's what we had to do. Survival.
Damn.
One of the things I wanted to point out too, a lot of people keep talking about protein bars. Those are okay, but one of the things that it does is increases your need to intake water. It makes it very hard on your kidneys. So you don't want to be and eating those protein bars because it's going to cause you problems long term. So you have to be really careful with your protein intake and make sure you balance that with water, which you want to kind of conserve.
So what's the difference between like the Ready Wise things and like ramen noodles?
Salt intake.
Yeah, exactly. The sodium.
Salt intake.
Right, sodium, because ramen noodles has absolutely no nutritional value at all.
Yeah,
all it does is just keep you full. That stuff, the one thing about that stuff in there, it has different nutritional value because it's freeze dried. Freeze dried stuff lasts about the longest. And that's why it can last for 25 years. Ramen noodles will do the same, but ramen noodles is problematic because all of the sodium that you're going to be intaking.
Oh, yeah, and that sauce, man,
that stuff will dry you out, boy.
But also, don't count it out either because when you're in a shit hits the fan situation, you need salt to a degree.
Oh yeah, you need.
I'll put the whole pack in here. Try to.
Why Jim said he gonna open up a lot lizard storm shelter?
Sea salt.
Hey, I know we're talking about encased thing, but don't forget your iodine pills in case you have to utilize water that may not be potable.
Definitely. You gotta have you'd have some sort of water purification, definitely. But that's
wait. Don't y'all give away too much because we're gonna. Matter of fact, I'm thinking maybe either Sunday or next Thursday, we're gonna do part 2, and we're gonna talk about. Survival Saturday, you hear a lot of this stuff. If you go check out Ben shooting this Saturday at 4 p.m. What Eastern?
5:30.
5:30. Let me get it right. What time is it again?
5:30.
5:30 Eastern.
Yeah.
5:30 Eastern on Saturday. If you go.
Oh man, I'm gonna be drunk as a skunk, bro.
Well, don't worry. The Furious 5 will be there.
That's okay.
If I go on my joint. I got mine at 7, but I'm gonna be on there at Survival, so I'm gonna be a pretty interesting weekend. Interesting Saturday. I'm gonna be drinking.
So you get to hear it, but I'm gonna bring it back here for part 2 where we talk about like bugging out and You know what we're gonna need? Life straws, all the other stuff, man. So
Atlanta Print, big facts. Big facts. Put up Atlanta Print's comment.
I'm not putting up Atlanta Print's comment, but I see it though.
Big facts.
I don't need them pills.
Because you know cats are still gonna be getting it in out there.
Pills.
Keep your blood pressure right. Keep your blood pressure right. You don't gotta worry about that.
So look, y'all. Tomorrow night is Donation Friday. What we do every Friday, where you guys donate to help the channel, and I do a giveaway. Tomorrow I'm doing a firearm, my one out the month. It's gonna be a ATI Bulldog. Nope, it's gonna be ATI Bulldog semi-auto shotgun, 2 magazines. We'll I think the spots are gonna be like $25. So that along with I'm gonna do Ear Pro tomorrow, electronic Ear Pro as well.
Oh,
that will be the giveaways tomorrow. Woo. So y'all make sure y'all be here for Donation Friday, man. We have gotten to our 2 hours. Kareem, I'm only giving you 1 segment. You took 2 tonight because I like you, man. I let you in. Dale Ray Dan, my partner, man. I appreciate you, brother, for coming in.
Ray.
Zach, Fact Out with Guns, my main man. Black Point Dex, I appreciate all your knowledge, brother. You always supporting Carbon Q. I can't say enough about you. We're gonna get Carbon Q a week off. Starting next week. Y'all don't know the half of what.
Man, y'all better start paying Carbon Q, man.
For real, man.
It's getting that money,
what are you gonna do your next Carbon Q and Black. I'm sorry, Carbon Q and Gun and Hookah hired themselves, and I just didn't. I just said, I like them. So I let it be what it is.
More deserving,
I got so much love for Carbon Q, man. She does so much.
I love
you.
Thank you, Carbon.
Been shooting, man. You know how much respect I got for you, brother.
Oh yeah, bro.
All your knowledge that you always give us. So y'all know what it is, man. But we done did our 2 hours, y'all. That went fast too.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, look, we brought some good stuff in this joint, man. Controversial or not, it's all good learning, man. Definitely gotta do this again.
Atlanta Print, brother. I appreciate you too, man. That was some good stuff.
Yeah, he brought some. He brought
the every damn thing. Boy, if you don't get your thug ass out my life.
He brought the other side. You can't
reality. That's my boy.
Conversation we need to have, really.
Yeah,
no doubt, man. So I appreciate everybody in the chat more than y'all will ever know. We'll do this again, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Peace
out. Take it easy. Peace.
Peace.